we have to ask you is, are you okay being taped?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So what we want to do is just ask you a few questions to get to know you, so I know you a little bit because you're in my class. So if you were selected for the program, Bobby would be your advisor. So you get to have Bobby as your personal advisor for your, time at Santa Fe. And then Brandon is our contact at Orlando Science Center, who's going to be working with you in the internship. And then we're taping you so that the mentors at the University of Florida can also look at you as well.
All right.
So it's a lot to look at, but hope you feel comfortable. So the first thing we want to ask you is tell us about yourself, your background, and your coursework, and how it makes you suitable for the program.
Okay, so start off, my name's Hunter, and I have had experience in research with the AP Capstone program in high school. I took Capstone Seminar junior year and then Capstone Research senior year. And the first year just was more about getting to know how to research. And in the second year, I actually performed my own research. And I formed my own research question, filled a gap in research, and I looked into the effects of traditional surfboard materials made in traditional surfboards versus eco boards. And I wanted to know if surfers were more likely to purchase eco boards in the future if they were educated on the eco board. And I actually did surveys, went out to hot surf spots in Florida, and interviewed surfers. And then I found out the majority of surfers didn't know that eco boards existed. And after educating them on the eco board, a brief synopsis, they were actually much more likely to purchase eco boards in the future. So that was my results.
What are eco boards?
Eco boards are they're surfboards made out of recycled foam and plant-based materials.
Okay.
As opposed to epoxy or fiberglass boards coated with petroleum, which is devastating to the environment and takes millions of years to decompose.
Very interesting. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us about your approach to a challenging situation?
Well, I approach the situation and try to figure it out myself, and then obviously look on the internet, tire out all my resources before I can say I can't figure it out. And then obviously I seek more help until I figure it out. I never say I can't do anything.
And
Do you have an example of a time in which you felt like you had to do that?
Actually, in the capstone program in high school, the second year I had a little bit trouble structuring my research paper to make it flow because I had so many different aspects to look into. I didn't know whether to start with looking into the materials of the board or into the history of the boards, when they first originated, and then getting into the eco boards. It was hard making it all flow together to finally come to my results.
So what did you do?
I went to my professor and
Okay.
she helped me out. She threw some ideas at me how to structure my paper, and I ended up doing a lit review and then getting into my findings and then the conclusion.
Well, I'm going to ask you a little bit about the Science Center portion of the program. You'll come out and actually work with our general guests and actually deliver some content related around the GEO program and the research that you all are doing up at Santa Fe and at UF. To get to that, I just am curious, can you talk about any time in which you may have had a job or you volunteered and worked directly with the general public, so children, their caregivers, their grandparents, multi-generational groups, and or just working with children directly? Do you have any experience in those regards?
Yes, I do. I worked with this organization called Undercover Angels. It's a relatives organization, and it works with families that are less fortunate, and they put together just small events like a backpack collection. I ran a backpack collection at the BB&T Center around this time last year, and we collected backpacks for families that couldn't afford it for the upcoming school year. And during Thanksgiving, we worked with this family that lived out of their car in a parking lot, and we actually cooked a full, like, huge meal for them for Thanksgiving, brought it to them, hung out with them, and yeah, it was
Okay.
a family.
Any experience in larger groups? I assume that's kind of a small group area. What about talking in front of like 20 people or something like that?
Talking in front of 20 people, like volunteer work or like in class
Yeah, or a job
presenting.
or an instance. Maybe you had a class where you had to do
Oh,
large
yeah.
group
So,
things like that.
I mean, I'm in public speaking right now, and we put together speeches like once a month. We're working on a persuasive speech right now, and I present in front of people, but I haven't really directly worked with kids per se, but I have volunteered at a hospital in the emergency department and worked with people of all age groups and shadowed doctors and handed out blankets, food to people that needed it.
So, simple question: do you like kids?
Yeah, I really like kids. I definitely want kids myself.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, how do you manage your time and prioritize tasks? For example, how would you juggle your course requirements, work requirements, and the requirements of this program?
Well, I do work. I have a job. I am at Santa Fe a full-time student, and I obviously have to study in between class and work. And I always have my week planned out ahead of me. I can't juggle things like the day of. I always have everything planned out the week before, and I have an agenda. I write down everything, and I do what I feel stresses me out the most first, so I get that out of the way, and then I just finish everything by the due dates and make sure I make it to work, school.
Sounds perfect. All right.
So if you are selected for the GEO program, you would be expected to be available summer A to continue working on research with your mentor 10 hours per week. If you are interested in the Orlando Science Center internship, you would be required to move down to Orlando and work there during summer B. Do you have any plans that would conflict with these summer expectations and requirements?
No, I have no plans.
Were you planning on taking classes during the summer?
Well, I don't plan on taking classes. I plan on hopefully being in this internship for summer B, and summer A, I'll also be working on the internship if I'm there. If not, then I guess I'll find plans.
So it would be possible to take on-campus classes during summer A. You would just have to juggle the time um, spent in class and then also the 10 hours at UF with your mentor.
Right.
During summer B, it would be possible to take an online class, but only after, obviously, outside of work hours.
An online class on top of the.
It would be possible, yeah. So, we've had students take summer B online classes in addition to working at the Orlando Science Center.
Yeah, I could balance whatever.
Okay.
Brendan, do you want to ask your question?
Yes, ma'am. Can you do me a favor, sir? Can you talk a little bit about what you think you're getting yourself into with the program? Talk a little bit about what you think the expectations are of you and what you're ultimately signing up for.
I think I'm signing up for an opportunity to learn more about what my passion is. I love the weather. I'm glued to the Weather Channel every time a hurricane is anywhere near the U.S. And I love weather. Like, I hear thunder and I'm outside looking for the storm. And I don't know, I think it's going to be a lot of work, but I think it is doable, and I think at the end of the day, I'm going to get a lot from it.
So the reason why we ask you that is so that we can kind of reiterate what we think it's going to be too. So generally what you're going to do is you're going to take a class with me in the spring, and we're going to put you with a cohort of people, because what we're looking at here is, do students that work together actually achieve better outcomes? So we're going to be doing that in the spring. And then right at the beginning of the spring, we will go on visits to UF, and we'll match you with a mentor at that point. And you'll start doing research with them in the spring. In the summer, you'll be doing a lot more research with them summer A. And then summer B, you're going to be going to Orlando Science Center, and we do pay room and board and a salary for that. and you'll be hopefully incorporating what you've been doing with your research into some of the things you do at Orlando Science Center. And in the fall, there's a final seminar where you get to see people in the field. You will be expected to present your sort of final culmination of your activities at the Orlando Science Center, and then you'll also be expected to present your research either at a professional meeting or here at Santa Fe, maybe the Honors Forum or something like that. The seminar in the fall, we also work on your transfer application to a four-year school. So our objective is to get you into a four-year degree program. So
Cool, I'm excited.
that's what we think you're going to be doing. So this is the point at which, do you have any other questions for us, or is there anything else you want us to know about you that we haven't covered in the questions?
No, I think I'm good.
All right,
Okay.
Brendan,
I've
do you have
covered
anything
it.
else to ask or anything?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much for coming.
All right,
Thank
you,
you.
Hunter. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
All righty.